Hi, I am Victoria Knight from Victoria K, and I am going to tell you about my pre-show rituals. So my pre-show rituals start from about a week on. I like to prepare things like diet. So about a week, the week of the show, like the first show, I will only eat certain foods. Like I won't have any oil, any coffee, and any dairy. Things like not many grains because they kind of clog up your larynx and your vocal cords, and I want to keep that all clear. And plus I just feel better about myself. I feel healthier anyway just going into the shows if I've been eating better. So I do that for about a week. No late nights because we gotta be rested and ready. Like we can't do any doof-doofs. No doof-doof parties for me, no. But we gotta be rested and well prepared. So things like water and vocal rest as well. I know when I say vocal rest, you think, oh, I'm gonna go on vocal rest and you're not gonna talk, which I actually did once. I actually didn't talk for a whole day. It didn't really work out for me because I started talking halfway through the day, so that was a lie. Yes. But yeah, just not talking a lot. I was still talking, but not talking loudly. Making sure when I talk like I'm gonna sing. So I'm talking on the radio. So I'm not talking at the back of my throat. So I'm speaking forward, and that's important just so you don't get swollen glands, things like that before the shows. So yeah, just a week before the first show, I eat certain things and I just take care of myself, just being healthier in general, I guess. Then the night before the show, I make sure I stock up on water, the whole day for the 48 hours, the day before and the day including the show. I have heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of water. It's a lot of bathroom breaks. Yeah. A lot of getting up during the night and yeah, it's great. We love it. Well, that's just to keep hydrated. So I don't dry out, because drying out, especially if you're performing outside when there's wind and stuff, you're breathing in cold air especially, it's very easy to dry out. And it has happened to me before. I have dried out during a show if it was outside at night and it was cold. It's not a good feeling. You're about to cough during every song. So you gotta keep hydrated. And even when you're on stage, making sure you're drinking water is very, very important. The more you know. So then the day of the show, I like to, in the morning, I get up pretty early. The night before, I go to sleep early as well, so I'm well rested. But I get up pretty early, probably because of adrenaline, to be honest. I get up and I'm oh my god, I'm gonna do it because I love performing. But I go for a walk in the morning, a pretty long walk, and I listen to some absolute bangers on the way. I listen to a lot of Alien Weaponry because they kind of pump me up. I love Alien Weaponry and I love listening to them when I'm going on my walks and on my runs, especially before a show, on the day of the show, because they're kind of tough songs. I don't know what to say, but they're one of my favorite bands, so I listen to them. I listen to some of my other favorite songs and also listen to some throwbacks. Why not? Just to get me in the vibes, because you just gotta, I do it to get myself in the right headspace for the show. So I'm just calm and I'm not somewhere else off with the fairies like I normally am. So yeah. And then when I get back, I drink heaps of tea, so I don't eat that day because I just like to keep myself clear. It's probably not good, but I don't like to eat that day. That's just me. So I kind of live off of tea. I have a lot of chamomile. Chamomile is my favorite tea. And also vocal tea is really good for you as well. So vocal tea, it's kind of like a little seed, and you put it in the cup or in the mug, and it kind of grows, and that's what vocal tea is, and I found it to be really, really helpful. Also, another thing I like to drink is Manuka honey, apple cider vinegar, and hot water. It is absolutely disgusting. It is the worst drink I've ever tasted in my whole entire life. It's foul. Just thinking about it makes me feel sad. God. But it helps so much. You drink it and you feel lubricated. I don't know if that's the right word, but you feel lubricated in a way. So we do that. I drink all my teas, all my Manuka honey. I steam. I like to steam, so I have a steaming device. It's like a plastic thing with a mask that goes here, and you just fill it up with boiling water. and you just breathe it in like that, and it just clears you up, and you can just have it like that while you're walking around, like getting some stuff ready, which is like what I do. I kind of just, you know, walk around with this big steaming thing, while I'm just like going over my set list and, you know, just doing normal day stuff. After that, because sound checks are normally in the afternoon, so I like to get all my whole outfit ready. So I'm getting my outfit ready. I'll do my scales for about half an hour. And that's just warming up scales. So I like to do scales for female high sopranos, and mezzos, because that's generally where I sing. Just warming up scales. Yeah, I do that for half an hour while I get all my clothes and my jewelry ready, and just getting everything ready for the show. Also, while getting my mics ready, my in-ears set up, like everything, you know, while everything's going into place, I kind of, yeah, do my scales. After that, I get my hair done, and I get it curled because I like how it looks big on stage. So whilst doing that, I like to go over the show in my head. I think that's really important, because you gotta manifest. I very much believe in manifesting, and like that the universe, like the law of attraction and things like that. So I do this the night before as well. I sit there and I manifest like what the show's going to be like, because I think it really helps bring positive energy, and it puts me in the right headspace. So I do that while getting my hair done. I look over my set list, go over the songs in my head, like think about what I'm gonna say, so I don't, like, you know, so I have a general idea of what I'm gonna say and like how I'm gonna be on stage, if that makes sense. So I do that, and I'm gonna get my makeup. I get my makeup done, and that again, I just do some like bubbles, like things like that, because they help with your placement, so that's really good. After that, I will get to the venue in the afternoon, and we'll go through a sound check. And since I was so warmed up, I'm still drinking tea at this point. I was so warmed up. It's like, okay, cool. And we'll go through like two or three, like just a couple of songs, just to make sure everything's sounding good. Then we'll get changed. We'll just hang out and shit talk and just talk about nothing, basically. Just be idiots before the show starts, and that's honestly my favorite part, just hanging out. And like also the show's like amazing, but yeah, just shit talking, being dumb, you know, just being friends and just hanging out before the show. Then like about 15 minutes before the show, I will do some more scales just to make sure I'm all good, and make sure I've got my bottle of water, got my mics, everything's 100%. Then I just hype myself up, basically. Positive affirmations, guys. We need to manifest the vibes. And before that, I would have looked at the stage and just worked out, you know, visualized what it would look like before I went on stage. So I have that visualizations, like that image in my head, and be like, okay, I've planned this out. It's going to be fine. We're going to have a great time. Then I walk on stage, and that's it. It's a very long process, and it's pretty much the same every time, but I found it works. That's what I enjoy doing. So that's my pre-show ritual.